Nourishing Sustainability, Exploring SDG number 2, Food Security, and Buddhist Principles in Relation to the Goal within the Tampa region. This presentation is ultimately going to talk about how SDG number 2 tackles the goal of eliminating hunger and the Buddhist approaches to it, as well as just the idea of food insecurity as a whole. Basically, our world faces many difficult challenges, and one of the most important issues is making sure that everyone has enough food. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals show us the way forward, acting as a guiding light for a fair and stronger future. This goal is ultimately known as zero hunger. It's a crucial goal aiming to ensure nobody goes hungry by 2030, while also promoting sustainable food systems and agricultural practices for everyone to use. In order to understand this presentation and the idea behind it, it's really important to understand the concept of food security. This concept ultimately is comprised of 4 elements, that being availability, access, utilization, and stability. Availability refers to having enough food, ultimately meeting a quantity and a variety the population needs. If there's not enough food, obviously someone's going to starve. Also, access is making sure everyone can access the food that's actually being produced. Because if you're producing all this food and you don't have good distribution systems, it kind of goes to waste. Another one is utilization. This focuses on the quality and nutritional value of food. Like, are you consuming food that's actually good for you, or is it really not worth consuming at all? The last one is stability. Basically talking about the reliance of food systems in the face of unexpected circumstances. These circumstances can be anywhere from natural disaster to just a lack of resources in general. Despite global improvements in food production, many still struggle with hunger and malnutrition on a daily basis, which is sad. Achieving food security requires addressing all dimensions completely, including distribution, healthy diets, and resilience in food systems. You can't just achieve one of these without the other 2, or vice versa, because it won't give you a sustainable practice, and it will ultimately fail, as we've seen. SDG number 2 aims to tackle all of these complexities at once for a world where everyone can lead healthy lives. Basically, this presentation is going to go into depth about the factors like history, current trends, religious beliefs, and all of those certain aspects that shaped the food scene in Tampa, Florida. Buddhism is the religious belief that we will be looking at, as you probably have figured out by now, with its core principles of kindness, mindfulness, connection to nature, and all the influences within it that help the production methods and food security as a whole. Overall, this presentation will aim to explore how SDG number 2 relates to the Buddhist principles, as I just said. It's going to investigate, and it's going to propose a sustainable and compassionate solution to hopefully solve the food insecurity issue. The Tampa Bay region is seen to offer a diverse range of food options, catering to various tastes and preferences. These can include anywhere from Mediterranean cuisine to comfort Southern food. Restaurants in Tampa also provide options for a healthy vegetarian diet, vegan, or even options like McDonald's if you're looking to have something more salty. Really, like anything you can think of, this region has it. To continue this, knowing how much food there is still seen that over 1.3 million people in Tampa are still affected by food insecurity and lack consistent access to healthy food to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Urbanization and other factors have made it difficult for local farms to compete with larger corporations, which can influence this. It's essential to ensure everyone has access to healthy food by supporting local farmers and improving access to grocery stores. Essentially, collaboration is the key to this issue, as will be discussed further in this presentation, um, to ensure everyone in Tampa has access to nutritious food. This project also has a temporal and historical aspect to it. Historically, the battle against hunger has been an issue that has persisted through time and continues to happen every day. Historical events such as wars, colonialism, industrialism, environmental catastrophes, and things like that have all played a significant role in determining food systems and also hunger levels that people experience around the world. In terms of Florida, we're actually ranked 4th in the nation for food insecurity and family hunger, which is crazy to think about. 16.5% of Hillsborough County residents actually face food insecurity on a daily basis, which is crazy because that's where we live. Also, things like catastrophes, like I just mentioned, like the Great Freeze is an example of one, of the 1890s, actually devastated the citrus industry, and that played a large role in food insecurity historically. To continue this thought, historical episodes like this help give valuable insights into long-term strategies needed to bolster food security against climate change and natural disasters. These events give us a way to start to see how we can better them in the past, to see how we should approach them in the future. So that's the upside. As we move forward, though, the lessons from history, as I mentioned, in our current situation must guide our approach to SDG number 2, which is ultimately where this section leaves off.
Buddhism is fairly complex due to having multiple branches and schools of thought. There are Mahayana Buddhists, Theravada Buddhists, and Vajrayana Buddhists, which are also known as Tibetan. Each school has their own dietary restrictions. Buddhist dietary restrictions stem from ideological beliefs, not concrete rules. For example, Theravada and Mahayana Buddhists don't eat garlic, onion, chives, shallot, or leek, due to their belief that these ingredients increase anger and sexual desire. Some schools of Buddhism avoid meat and animal slaughtering; however, this is not the case for 100% of them.
The United Nations is currently attempting to end food inequality in 2 different ways. The first being a short-term solution that provides food to those without. The second being a more long-term solution that provides third world countries with the resources to make their own food, such as livestock and the equipment to begin farming. In Tampa Bay, there are food pantries set up to provide for those who cannot afford groceries. The organization Feeding Tampa Bay has 84 locations in which individuals can go and receive food for no cost at all. They also have 2 fully operational restaurants that provide 3-course meals 365 days a year, even on holidays. Within the Buddhist faith, they have a belief called dahana, where the affluent give to the less fortunate with no expectations to be paid back. Children are also sent to monasteries while they're in school, where they have housing and food every single day. Another way in which the Buddhist community is attempting to end world hunger is with the nonprofit organization Buddhist Global Relief. It aims to lower food needs around the world. Founder Venerable Bhikkhu Bodhi has also told his followers to look at other religions and how they act in direct acts of service. This organization currently supports 40 projects in 20 countries, including in the US. The United States government, aside from its major contributions to the UN, has laws and programs that help those in need in the U.S. One such program are SNAP benefits, which provide people with food stamps so they never go hungry. Within the United States government, provisions of food assistance is seen from a young age. In all public schools around the nation, families can apply for free school lunches all the way from kindergarten through 12th grade. With all the ways these organizations are trying to tackle the problem of world hunger, this monumental task cannot be taken on by just one of them. With help from world governments, religious groups, and nonprofit organizations working hand in hand, it might be the only way to begin our journey to end world hunger.
World hunger is a long-standing and fundamental issue which must be recognized and treated by society. SDG Goal Number 2 promotes awareness and action towards this problem. Tampa presents its own unique hunger problems, which have incited local organizations to take action. The diverse yet noble values of Buddhist organizations push them to provide aid in their areas of origin, as well as the areas they spread to. This multifaceted approach towards the issue of food scarcity brings hope towards the idea that one day we may be able to eliminate world hunger.